Good morning.
Sorry, we're a little bit late. Facebook made me reset my password. It's a whole thing.
And I've been frantically brewing coffee for the last 15 minutes. I'm in a full body sweat right now.
Yeah, I'm like, let's make sure we're even live at this point.
Because who knows, right?
I'll just be like live on my page and not on Coffee Beanery's page.
That would actually be kind of hilarious because you never post on your Facebook page.
I never post on my Facebook.
So if we were suddenly live on your personal page, it would be really funny.
Oh, it says we're live.
Okay,
good. We're just late.
You never know. Okay, and Jessica's bringing us our last two flavors.
Yay.
Thank you, friend.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, well, I have got a special surprise for Britton, and hopefully nothing's nasty because we know, or you know, when it's R&D day, you never know what I'm going to make them try. And it's not always pleasant.
I don't want to try not pleasant. Sounds terrible.
So one of these flavors, when I was grinding them, smelled like the best thing I've ever smelled in my life. So I'm actually super excited about it. Hey, okay. Jen, how are you?
We're here.
Did you see what Jen sent us this week?
I think YouTube hopefully works better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Jennifer sent us a message on our social page, and it was a girl who was making the Clara Caca cake.
Oh, really?
And she couldn't say it either. And so I was dying laughing because obviously we can't say it. And it turns out nobody can unless you're Swedish.
Literally like clad caca. Like it just sounds wrong in English.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Mo sent us a message before the game this weekend or on Monday because her team is UConn. Our team is Michigan.
Okay.
And she wished us luck, which was super nice and great sportsmanship.
And
UConn wins all the time, don't they? Haven't they won a couple times?
I honestly don't know.
Mo,
I don't follow basketball, but I was very excited to see Michigan win.
Yes.
There we are. We were late.
We were late.
Yes. Facebook made me reset my password. Actually, it just made me log in, and I have no idea what my password is. Then I had to reset it. It was a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. And I was brewing coffee and was late brewing coffee.
I'm sorry.
It's a Wednesday that feels like a Monday. What can we say?
It does. My legs we worked out yesterday, and I'm like being really good about walking 10,000 steps a day, and my legs are sore.
My whole body, man.
Everything else is fine.
When we did our, I don't know, we did something the other day, and like my shoulders are just like, just achy.
Yeah, everything else is fine.
But it's good. Good morning, Deborah. Go Big Ten. You're right. It's nice to see you back, Deb. I know you're on vacation. Hope you had a good time.
We did a March Madness bracket in the office. Houston beat everybody by a lot.
I'm not surprised. Houston's pretty good at predicting things.
But I know like Logan and Branson had Duke to the end.
And everybody else had Michigan.
But if Michigan would have lost at any point, we would have been.
Everybody's brackets would have been done. I had Michigan versus Duke in the final game, and I had it like 96-72. I was way off.
I don't even know how basketball points work. So mine was, I'm sure, ridiculous.
Jennifer,
you're back in the office.
Nice. Hey, glad you got a new job. That's great news. But back in the office is never fun when you've been home.
I don't know. I don't think I could work at home. Like just the no socialization would be so tough.
A lot of people say that and then they do it and then they like it-ish, but then miss people. So I don't know.
Yeah.
My husband likes it because he says he gets more work done. He's like hybrid, 2 days in the office and 3 days at home.
Yeah, but he's still getting a couple days of socialization and a couple things to basically close your door.
And then he gets to come home to me and I'm like 10 personalities in one. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my kids had spring break last week. So I took off last week because I'm just at the point where my kids are 7 and 9. And I was like, I'm going to get so few spring breaks.
Yeah.
Like I have so few left that I'm just going to take them and enjoy them.
Yeah. Nope. That's fair. That's fair. My youngest is 15. So we're getting up there too.
And there's a point where they don't even want to like hang out with you.
No, he'll go on walks with me lately though. So that's nice. I got home from work yesterday and the sun was shining. It was 44 degrees, but I'm like, do you want to go on a walk? He said, you're lucky. I just finished my game. I'm like, I'm so blessed. Thank you for blessing me with your presence.
Yeah. I like going on walks, but Our road's kind of a little bit dangerous.
It's
we live out
rocky.
in the country.
Yeah.
It's not the rocks. It's people flying by at 55 to 70 miles an hour on gravel roads. That's, dangerous.
Yes. Deborah said her vacation was wonderful too. That's awesome.
Yay.
Love to hear that.
Patty, you were one of the winners.
And she redeemed her offer right away too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went with 10, the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody emailed me very upset and was like, why didn't I get my prize? But she was like in 150th place. It's like, oh, ma'am.
She thought she was going to get a prize?
She thought she must have won. Her bracket must have told her she won or something.
Oh, that's weird.
Didn't. Yeah. I don't know. I was very confused.
Yeah.
But
sorry, guys.
I did. I pulled up the list and we picked the top 10 people, not like randomly, like the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Top prize was a coffee of the year subscription.
UConn men have 6 championships and the women have 12.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. We did it twice. Who won the women's?
That's pretty cool.
I feel bad for not knowing.
I just don't follow basketball.
Yeah,
it's not
I really
a sport
don't.
that I love.
Yeah. Jen says her new job is hybrid. Appreciate the time structured in the office, but also appreciate days at home when I can be alone. Yeah.
That makes sense.
For sure.
I feel like a hybrid situation would not be terrible, except here we have so many hallway conversations that it when you're not here, you feel like you're missing out.
When I first started working here, we had phones and you'd pick up and you dial so many extensions to talk. Now we just yell through the hallways. And I like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like just everybody kind of knows what's going on with every situation. We have so many different avenues of our business, from franchising to web to, the coffee delivery side. Like there's so many things, and it's nice to kind of just know what's going on,
UCLA one for women. Isn't UCLA for gymnastics having like an amazing year?
Gosh,
Morning, Melissa. Thanks.
Hello.
We love the green chairs too.
They're close to the viral velvet ones, Melissa.
They are. Well, and then it's nice because Patty's not like way off in the corner on that tiny couch.
Also, Melissa, can you hear? Mine squeaks. So I had to sit and be really still, and that's hard for me. Patty said I ordered the wrong flavor in accident. I meant to get chocolate raspberry and ordered chocolate cherry. I saw that you got chocolate cherry, and I wondered if you were trying something new. I do too.
Hopefully you like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right, Deborah. It was a fantastic prize. Top prize for our Coffee Madness was a year of our coffee subscription.
Yeah. Was it? Quite a few people got $25 gift cards too.
Yes. Patty says she's been trying to order all new flavors. That's great. You know what? We have so many. You should try them all. So speaking of new flavors, I have 5 for us to try today. 5 brand new flavors.
Okay.
These are not flavors that are guaranteed to be in a future box, but when Brittany and I go through and we finalize the boxes and then we kind of say, okay, here's 4 flavors that we want to aim for, and we hope that it works. Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't. So this is like some of the final stages of R&D for this year's boxes. So we're not totally done yet.
We're close. Yeah.
You know me, Melissa. That's just
so
me.
Funny. I wonder if it's like on something or if it's in the chair.
It might just be my butt.
I don't think so. I never know. I haven't noticed that with the other ones.
Okay. Well, let's try some coffee. Have you had any coffee yet today?
No, I've been dealing with phones.
Oh my gosh, you have been. You've been dealing with phones since Monday.
I still have more.
Ugh, I hate that.
And then we have to do office phones.
Oh, Lord bless you.
Yeah.
Lord bless you. So this flavor we're going to try first is actually from a different company than what we usually use. Our current we have 3 flavoring companies, and then we have other companies that always want to send us samples. Some are not my favorite. One company sent me some that actually made me gag. Like, I don't think I've ever had such a visceral reaction to a smell before. But this one,
I can't even tell what it is.
Does it smell like cola to you? Smell it again and tell me if you smell cola.
I guess maybe it's a weird smell to place.
It's really root beer.
Root beer? I was like, I would have gone more root beer than Coke.
Yeah. So this flavor is called a brown
it's
cow.
making my nose really tickly.
Jennifer said, I think I wanted something in the live shopping event before Christmas, but never followed up. You did. We gave you a gift card, did you get
a gift card?
I think so.
Okay.
No, or was it something we mailed you when you bought something and it was in your package? We'll double check,
We'll
Jen.
look.
We'll double check. Tammy says, "Yay! Hi, Tammy."
Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna try brown cow first.
Yeah, that's not gonna look it up on here. We'll look it up after.
Oh wow. Okay. How do you guys feel about root beer flavored coffee?
That is a root beer flavored.
And brown cow has like chocolate in it too.
I don't like root beer.
So
it's even got like the spicy, like what is that, sarsaparilla or
sarsaparilla?
Like you can taste it.
I like it.
You would like it.
I know. It's different.
So I like A&W, like sweet fake root beer. Like a real root beer. Like this kind you get at like Frankenmuth stuff is way too real for me.
So my son considers himself to be a root beer connoisseur. It is his favorite drink. He likes A&W root beer in the store the very least. He loves it if you get from like Flushing A&W.
Oh yeah.
But the ones in the store he doesn't like. He prefers he likes the fancy root beer.
Okay. Yeah, my brother-in-law really likes fancy root beer too. Jason likes root beer, my husband.
Root beer float, yeah.
It's a little spicy for me.
Ooh, this would be kind of fun to serve this over
chocolate a lot too.
We should try this over ice cream.
Like an affogato.
Yeah. And see if it tastes like a coffee root beer float.
That would probably be really good.
We should get ice cream and try it for next week. I have a ton.
We did, even at home, we did some vanilla ice cream, and I think we used was it chocolate raspberry coffee over the ice cream? And that was really good.
That sounds fabulous.
It was super good because we saw it on a cooking show. Jason's like, I've never had that before. I'm like, we can make it.
Yum.
It was delicious.
So I also want to note that I have a ton of R&D coffee in my office. So if you want to try any of these flavors and some of the other flavors, when you place an order, send a message to the page and just say, hey, do you have any R&D coffee? If I have some, I'll go look at your order and I'll add a bag to it.
If we can.
If I can. Yeah, no promises. I don't know if I'll have any left. And I don't have decaf and I don't have pods. I only have like 12-ounce bags. And I did not weigh them. So some might be 10 ounces. Some might be 18 ounces. It is a random assortment, but at this point, I have a ton.
Pack them up and give them to Savannah. And then if people put the note on the order, she can just throw some.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I can do that. And they're already packaged. So it took me like an hour this morning to do that. So yeah, if you want to try some, when you place an order, send a note to the page.
Oh, no, you really want the chocolate raspberry. It was really good over vanilla ice cream.
Next time.
I did make it colder though, because we brewed it and then I put some ice in it to like cool it down a little bit before I poured it over the ice cream because I didn't want it to just melt completely.
Yeah, true story. Okay, you want to try something new now?
Yeah. I mean, that's really good. I just, root beer is not my favorite.
Yeah, it's just different. So that'll be in a box later this year. I just decided. Did you decide too?
I don't even know what the boxes for the rest of the year are. Like, I went out into the back and Vicky was labeling flavors and I was like, wait a minute. I thought April was a totally different theme.
Yeah.
It's not.
And we did release that theme at Shakespeare's Sonnets.
Oh, this smells like, is it cinnamon?
Nope.
It smells spicy.
I love this. This is good.
It smells like Christmas. Or Easter.
Once you try it, that might.
It's like holiday.
Yeah. So we have a flavor right now from our March box, the Cantina Delight box, the Coconut Cocadas. And that is like legit maybe my favorite flavor of all time. I love that. It's
familiar and I can't place it.
So this is very similar to the Coconut Cocadas. This is a coconut rum latte.
I feel like it tastes more like carrot cake. But carrot cake sometimes has coconut in it.
I could get a hint of that. Yeah.
Like whatever that spice is.
This is so good.
It is good.
I love this. Man. All right. Let's hope the rest are winners too, because we're 2 for 2 right now.
It just tastes like carrot cake to me.
There's like that toasted coconut flavor. I don't know if the rum is what is giving that to you, the coconut rum. Mind you, remember, if it says rum, it's non-alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
Coconut rum, butter rum
it's really
cake.
good, but I would definitely go carrot cake on this.
Jennifer said, I like that coconut one more than I expected. And my husband gave a hard pass to the mango. So we have an influencer who her husband loves mango. And she did a video. She says, a mango hates to see my husband coming. And I giggled. And she said he really liked the mango one.
Yeah, I liked that one.
But here's the problem. Jennifer, did he try the mango before he gave it a hard pass? A lot of times people will look at a flavor and say, absolutely not. What does it hurt to try it?
Like bacon.
Yeah, right? Yeah. What does it hurt to try it?
Is it still in your cupboard?
Yeah. Not being given away. Okay, so this is the one that when I ground it this morning, I was like, whoa, that smells amazing. And we've never done a flavor like this.
I thought you were going to do something mean to me.
No. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad. I don't think. I mean, we haven't tasted them yet, but I've done you dirty before. I'm not doing you dirty today.
I know. She's gonna talk up this whole how it's amazing and then be like, drink it.
You'll see me over here like this, like hiding my smile behind my cups. You can't see.
I wait until you try it first now.
Oh, sure. Okay, hold on.
To make sure you're not playing me. It does smell good.
Yes.
Is it honey though?
No, it's not honey. Jennifer says, oh, yes, I don't tell him the flavors. I just brew when he pours. He came down and said, what was that coffee? Don't get that again. And Deborah says, my husband loved the mango. Me too. Yes.
It's very fruity.
Yes, it is very fruity. We've never done this particular flavor that I can recall.
I don't know is it watermelon?
No, but I do have a watermelon. Remember you really wanted to try watermelon? So they gave me a watermelon flavor with the stipulation that it's really not meant for coffee. And when you smell it, it's like, oh, so I don't even know that I can ruin coffee beans by putting it on there.
Sure you can.
Yeah. You're like, yes, you can. And you will.
Every flavor beans.
Yes, I will.
Which one tastes like grass? Matcha.
What is that? The Jelly Belly, like, the Harry Potter beans or whatever, the ones that they do. Oh.
It's funny because there's a candy store opening in Grosse Pointe and we know who it is. And they made a wheel of gross to go along with their town. And I think they're using like the gross flavored jelly beans and stuff in it.
I'm just going to say that you will never, like, to get me to try a flavor that is vomit flavored.
Ew, no.
That's what they have.
I know. I would never.
It's so mean. Like, this isn't that mean.
No, this isn't mean. No, this is good.
So this is Blackberry Cheesecake.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's very fruity.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Mm-hmm. Okay. 3 for 3. Another winner. Okay, this one's going to change up the palette a little bit, so you might want some water.
Okay.
It sounds almost threatening to say it like that, doesn't it?
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't trust me either.
I don't right now.
I wouldn't trust me.
You're freaking me out.
Okay. This one's not bad either. It's just like a totally different on the spectrum of flavor, if that makes sense. So we're going from fruit to mint.
I can't smell the mint.
It might be very, very light.
Okay.
This one is white chocolate peppermint. So we already have like a milk chocolate peppermint.
Yeah.
And then this one's white chocolate peppermint. I'm not sure if it's different enough.
I would never even pick mint out of this. Like, it tastes like white chocolate. I'll give it that.
I get the mint. It's just not as bold as like our chocolate peppermint. And what I'll say is like our Mary Mocha Mint during Christmas, I drink that with a chocolate protein shake in the morning. And it's like divine.
I mean, I guess at the end I can get like just a touch of mint, but not enough, not as much as I want.
Yeah.
I would like more mint.
Yeah, I would too. So this one, we'll see. I
guess it sits at the end of your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still, I would still want a little bit more.
Yeah. It's pretty not as flavor forward as you'd want it to be.
No, like if you would have told me French vanilla, I could have been like, oh yeah, it's, it's just like a creamy flavor. And then at the very, very end, as it sits on your tongue, you get some of the mint.
Yeah. Deborah votes yes to white chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mad about it.
But white chocolate, I could get away with white chocolate. But yeah, unless you told me it was peppermint, I would have never.
Yeah, fair.
And I like peppermint, so I wish it was.
Yeah. Okay. Final flavor. That smells good too. Now we're going back to the fruit
Mary Mocha
spectrum.
Mint with a hot cocoa pod.
Yes,
That would be delicious.
absolutely. I love mixing hot cocoa in the Mary Mocha Mint. Absolutely. It just like makes it so delicious.
Oh, this is super fruity.
Yes.
Like super fruity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That is so different. Okay, so this is blueberry cheesecake. We already have a blueberry cobbler flavor. This is so different because it is so much more intense blueberry than our blueberry cobbler, right? Because the blueberry cobbler like has like hints of like cinnamon to it.
It's got like a lightness, like I don't even know how to describe, like a really bright blueberry.
Wow, that's actually really good. Because in the September box, it was between blackberry and blueberry. And there's a reason I picked blueberry for that box. But I don't know.
That's pretty good.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Eddie, you should switch chairs with Lori while she's in there.
Can you hear it? Is it really bad?
I know. I just sat in the middle so that at least we weren't on the sides.
Yeah. Just like, you know, leave a chair open in the middle. I'm like, hey, let me just reach way over you. I love wild Maine blueberries too.
No, this is delicious. I like the blackberry, but
I know.
But I don't know that you could get away with calling this black. You know what I mean? This is definitely blueberry.
This is definitely blueberry. I like the idea of using all 5 flavors in a box eventually.
Yeah.
And I think that they're all winners. You know, white chocolate peppermint's not the strongest contender, but definitely could bring something a little different to the chocolate.
I would just
peppermint.
Be upset if you told me that was peppermint and then I drank it and I'm like, this isn't peppermint.
Yeah, fair.
That's all.
Fair. And, you know, we always say flavor is subjective, right? Like we'll have people message like, I didn't like this flavor. And we're like, okay, you know, you don't have to. Not everybody's going to like everything.
No, we try to do what we think everybody will like. And sometimes that means trying 6 different variations.
Oh, gosh. I still say Dubai chocolate was the hardest one we ever did.
That was crazy hard.
Yeah. Just trying to get the right mix of chocolate and pistachio.
It's a very nuanced flavor, which I guess you don't realize until you're trying to replicate it. And you're like, oh, wow.
Well, and flavoring companies sent us like what they consider to be Dubai chocolate. And I'm like, that doesn't taste like Dubai chocolate to me at all.
No.
You know? And I love Dubai chocolate. I will eat my weight in it.
I don't love peanut butter.
Yeah.
And it's kind of got a peanut buttery
taste does.
to it.
Yeah. When I make that butter cake, I put pistachio cream in it and like swirl it through.
Yeah.
And this time I got the one from Aldi because, you know, I love Aldi. And it had the, what's the toasted? Yeah, it's something like that. Like the phyllo dough strips or whatever. It had that in that. And I thought that added like a nice texture to it. It was only like $5 at Aldi. And I was spending like $15 on Amazon to get pistachio cream. So
that's wild.
You know, I love Aldi.
I wonder if they will have it for very long though.
Aldi always breaks my heart because, you know, they had like a chocolate, like it was like this big and it was $4 for a Dubai chocolate bar. And usually you get those and they're like $17.
Yeah.
And I bought one every week and then I would just go and break off a square at a time and eat it. And now they don't have them. And I'm like,
ordered them.
Please bring them back. I need them. I really don't need them as a problem. However, they have protein in them. So if you look at it as like, well, some candy bars don't have protein at all, and this one does.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you can get away with that logic.
I mean, that's what Logan said yesterday. He's like, you try to convince yourself that everything's healthy for you. And I'm like, I know. Lori and I were ordering Taco Bell for lunch. And I'm like, well, listen, do you know that they have like chicken bacon ranch fries? And it's only 530 calories.
Okay.
You can get French fries.
I've been doing super good. I've been packing my lunches. Well, Jason's been making my lunches, and then I just have to pack it.
Yeah.
Which is shockingly hard for me to remember my lunch.
Do you know what the hardest thing is? It's just like meal prep and like, oh.
Yeah, we've been making 2 or 3 nights at a time.
That's smart.
And then it's in the tin, so I just have to grab the tin.
Yeah.
And go.
And you have that
That's a reach, Patty. Whatever it takes to justify.
I feel like I hear that every day, Patty. I really do.
Maybe I feel like we've said it a few times.
Maybe one day I'll believe you, but in this, I might not be delusional. Or totally. Britton's got this lunchbox that like warms up her food, which is super cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't love a microwave.
Yeah.
And I feel like microwaves really change the taste of your food. And we do have an air fryer in our office, but it works for some things, but I feel like mostly unhealthy things.
Yeah, that's true. You want chicken fingers?
We basically do like taco, seasoned chicken, rice, beans, a little bit of queso, and then it's like perfect for lunch.
Almost.
And I'm not spending money at lunch.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yeah, so we're getting better.
Could eat my weight in Chipotle.
And mainly we're doing it because why? Because gymnastics is stupid expensive.
Oh my gosh. Right. I remember those days and just the cost of sports and travel sports. And
well, then it's like navigating coaches and stuff because Estelle came home crying last night.
Oh.
Because she was doing a skill and it wasn't like, she wasn't quite doing it 100%. She was probably doing it like 90%.
Sure.
And her coach told her if she wanted to go to the next level, she had to have the skill.
Oh.
And so she got in the car and she was so like upset about it. And she's like, well, coach told me if I don't have the skill, I can't go to the next level. And I'm like, well, honey, you still have a couple months.
Yeah.
Like you got time to work on it.
Yeah. And get confident in your skill.
Yeah. But I ended up letting her email her coach last night and being like, is there drills I can work on to get this?
Yeah. Which you should respect as a coach, right? You know?
It's so hard. It's like one of those, because gymnastics coaches are really tough. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. How they'll feel
know
about
what the
it.
line is.
What I feel like all coaches like is the kid going to them directly instead of the parent.
Well, I did email the coach separately and kind of gave her some backstory.
Yeah.
And just said, I encouraged her to talk to you at practice, but she said she's really nervous to do that with the other girls around.
Sure.
So I gave her your email and let her email you.
Yeah, that's fair.
So hopefully.
Well, and I think that there's an age. So like with my son, once they got to be 12 in baseball, the coach expected the kid to communicate with the parent, right? He's like, like, this is how we're going to do it now. This coach put a hard line in the sand. He said, I don't talk to parents. Yeah. And that man wasn't kidding around. It actually was a detriment to the team because then the parents were really kind of on the outside.
Right.
But I'm still driving my minor son to practice.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still paying the bill, you know?
I mean, if there's something that, I feel like this conversation is something she needs to have with her coach.
Absolutely.
And she needs to get the cojones to do it. And maybe this is, we'll have some dialogue about it.
And how do you teach your kids to, be independent and do things for themselves? That's the first step, right? Yeah. Like, okay, so this is what you can say. Now go do it, Yeah,
so she sat and she typed up the email.
Good.
I kind of read it behind her, but I didn't change what she was trying to say.
Right, because it needs to be from her.
But I love that she questioned because she was going to just put coach and then the name. And then she's like, no, I think I need dear coach in the name. And then at the end she goes, do I say, because I was like, you have to sign your name so she knows who it's from. Yeah. And so she put love, her name, and then a heart. I was just dying. I'm like, yep, that's a 9-year-old
adorable.
Email. It's so cute. I heard there is a ton of protein in Reese's peanut butter cups.
I mean, and chocolate is antioxidants. So what are we doing here? Why isn't that a meal?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have coach stuff, but it's such a tough thing to navigate because you want to advocate for your kid and what they want, but they also need to advocate for themselves.
And we also know for coaches and some of these teams that parents are such a detriment. I have seen so many teams torn apart by parents and parent behavior. Yeah. The stories I have told you over the years are shocking and disgusting. And, people who, my husband just told me one day, these people are not your friends. Yeah. They will step on your neck to put your kid ahead of theirs. And it's so true.
That's why I'm trying to I don't know, stay out of it, but also she wants to know how to progress.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, and I think what you did was really good, right? Because she's still 9 years old, right? So like you can still advocate and you're giving her the tools to advocate for herself.
Yeah.
Right. The last thing that you want to do is, because you see this, you guys hear about this? Like millennial, I don't know if it's millennial, it's Gen Zs. Parents are going to interviews with them.
What?
You haven't seen the articles about
to
this?
like work interviews?
Yes. Okay. So it happened here where someone was let go and then the parent called and tried to get their job back.
Recently?
Within the last 6 months.
What?
Yes.
Was it at our store or something?
No.
It was here.
Yes. I'll tell you about it later. But yes.
Why do I not even know about
this? Yes. So
that's wild.
And by the way, we only hire adults here. So, if something happens, you have to advocate for yourself. To have a parent call. But
as a grown adult.
Dude, there's articles about this, about like parents going on interviews, following up. I'm sure that means they also wrote the resume, also sent the application.
No, we really kind of maybe have an older mindset about trying to make our kids be pretty independent. Like when we go out to eat, they have to order their own food. They need to speak up. They need to do it politely.
Make eye contact.
If they need sauce or something, it's, their job to ask. We'll help get maybe the waitress's attention or whatever.
Yeah.
My daughter, actually, we went to McDonald's over spring break and I asked her several times to put socks on because we went to a movie and it was really cold and rainy. So I was like, well, we can go to the play place at McDonald's with her friends so we can have more time together.
Yeah.
She didn't wear socks.
Guess what you don't get to do?
Well, I said most McDonald's sell socks. So you can go to the counter and ask if they sell socks. And then we can buy a pair of socks and you can go in the play place. And it took about 10 minutes of her, I'm scared, I don't want to, I don't, da-da-da-da-da. And then finally she went up and she asked if they sold socks, and they did, and she got a pair of socks and was able to play. But it's hard to push them to be like, no, you can do this.
Yes.
You've got this.
Yes. Yeah. And how do you learn? Right?
Well, I think it boosts their confidence too. Like every time they do something like that, they're like, okay.
Yeah. And people aren't really going to be mean to little kids unless you're truly disgusting.
Well, and it's just like you've got to speak up. You've got to speak clearly. You've got to communicate what you want because nobody can read your mind.
Right.
Sounds
like things we tell our husbands and they tell us.
Right.
It reminds me of the scene from The Notebook. What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? We don't know. All we know is we're hungry.
True.
And if you would have fed me when I asked.
Oh, you got a solo for your next show?
Congratulations. Yay. I also am not athletic, Mo. We've talked about this before.
But I mean, Mo, it's probably the same thing. Like if you want to do a solo, you've got to talk to the person in charge and be like, hey, I'm ready for this.
The second and third verses to Shambhala by Three Dog. I
don't know what that is.
I know Three Dog Night. I'm sure I know the song. I will be going and looking it up as soon as we're done here. I will.
No, but I never know names of songs. Yeah. And then I hear it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that.
Yeah. My husband says, he's like, you do know this band? I'm like, nope, I've never heard of them before. And he'll play them. I'm like, yeah, I do know all these songs.
Yeah.
He's like, I told you. I'm like,
I do that all the time.
You don't always have to be right, Adrian.
Yeah. Jason really loves music. And so the kids, they know all the band names. They know all the song names. And I'm just like, yeah, I enjoy this. I know all the words. I couldn't tell you who sings it.
I say I know 10 words of every song ever written.
Probably.
And then the rest, I'm like, something, something, something. Don't know the words. I mean,
funny.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a pet day thing coming up with a contest.
Yeah, there will be a contest on social media where you can submit photos of your pet. If you don't have a pet, borrow a pet.
We don't care.
Pet. I don't care. We just want to see cute photos.
Yeah. I mean, you can post pictures of your snake, I guess. Maybe it'll win.
If you want to.
If it slithers.
I think we do, as long as there's a photo of your pet, we do a random.
Yeah.
A random generator.
I promise I won't not put your snake into the photo generator. I hate snakes so much.
I know you do.
Oh, just the thought of them.
Yeah, a pet rock. Perfect. Great.
That would be so fun. Mo, please do. Please put your pet rock photo
Whatever kind of pet you have.
We don't judge, except if you have a snake. And then we judge.
Yeah.
I judge.
I mean, I have a house full of house rocks. So,
remember a couple years ago, everybody was like painting rocks and hiding them everywhere. There's like a
I
whole
think
like,
people still do
do
that.
they? Mm,
I just have kids.
Yeah.
So rocks are like a staple.
yeah.
We do have a conversation about working rocks though, because like the rocks at daycare are working rocks. So they have a job
That's what
to
you
do.
mean by working rocks.
They're doing their job and they have to stay there. The rocks at the park are working rocks.
That is so cute. I've never
Their
heard
job
of
is to
you
stay
like that
there.
before.
Well, because we can't take all the rocks home.
My favorite is when you're doing laundry, like when Lane was a little boy, and it was just like, why are there rocks in their laundry? And they weren't remarkable rocks. They were just working rocks.
Handfuls of pebbles and
Yeah.
stuff. That's exactly. They kept ending up in my washing machine, and I literally looked up online how to tell kids they can't take rocks home.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the thing about working rocks. So there are working rocks and there are special rocks.
I love that. I've never heard that before.
Last year you posted your friend's spot. Oh no, he died a week later. I'm bad luck.
No.
Okay, well, don't do that again.
That's so terrible. Let's not jinx it.
I can use the stray cat if he shows up. Oh, you're trying to get him.
Like, let me love you.
It is an original pet rock and has a leash.
Please.
I love that.
Please show
so
a
you
photo
can wear
of
it as
that.
a necklace. That's
How
awesome.
big is this rock?
It's probably. It could be like a gem.
What's the leash made out of? Oh, attached to a chain. Okay. That's
could be.
hilarious.
That is pretty good.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
So we have that going on and a sale with that.
Yes.
So
yeah.
And then gosh, subscription ships next week.
We already have the pods ready to go.
Good.
Pods are all ready, and now we're just waiting on 2.5s, and then we're ready to blast those out the door. So
crazy.
I know.
I've got to get labels printed. Oh my.
I know. It's so, well, you know, when you come back from vacation, there's just a million things to do.
You're
like, we're out of Amazon. We've got to do phones. We've got to do this.
No, my mom kept asking me, like, she's like, do you want to work out? Do you want to? I'm like, I can't even breathe right now.
Yeah.
And I've
Like,
got to hire somebody.
I actually need somebody to feed me while I type.
Yeah.
Actually, if you could grind my food up and let me drink it through a straw, that would be preferred.
Yeah. Crazy week. It's crazy week.
Yeah. And it's only Wednesday.
Yeah. We'll get through it.
Yep. We're almost through it.
All
It's
right.
Wednesday.
Well, we will see you next week. You guys have a wonderful week, and hopefully everything warms up a little bit for everyone.
Oh my gosh. Middle of
I'm
April already.
sick of
Why
the
is it still
cold.
cold?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.